Can everybody hear me now out there? If you can, raise your hand. This is my first webinar, and I really appreciate you showing up here. We've got some great guests out here tonight, all the way from Arizona to Australia. And what we all have in common is that we've been aspiring entrepreneurs, and we've all been to many mastermind sessions and invested a lot in ourselves to better our career. And we've all ended up in this place called Results 513, which is a training platform, three-level training platform for you to grow entrepreneurially. You can take your brick and mortar business, you can be an online marketer, network marketer, whatever it is. It's all good. This training is step by step, and that's why we wanted to kind of share this with you. So let me get off this screen here and introduce myself. My name is Wes Stetenfeld, and also known as Wild West, just for it's easier to spell, I think. That's what it is. But anyways, that's me with my 49er mug. Always a diehard 49er fan. So this is for all you 49er fans out there. Just raise your hand if you're a 49er fan. I got a 49er fan from Green Bay. That's awesome. That's my girl, Elizabeth. Anyways, so here's a picture of my lovely wife, Shelly. We live up in the foothills of Grass Valley toward Tahoe in the mountains. We have a cabin up there, and we're lucky enough to be able to work from home. And here's a picture of my daughter here, Christina, which we took a little trip on Father's Day and had a great day together. Now, doing all the work with these masterminds and meeting these great leaders who are able to make, 6, 7, 8 figures online, we realize that they had struggles too. And, getting started and going on this thing is pretty crazy. We actually started out with some advanced training from guys like these and ended up really not knowing all the basics of how to get started in marketing online. So I want to get started and introduce one of my guests here, Katie Johnson from Down Under. Thank you so much for joining us today. Now, Katie's worked out on the outback, on the farm, and made her way to live at a beach house and be able to help coach others to get online. It's pretty amazing that we're able to talk to each other. I think we're all over 21 here, so we're going to take some lessons from some experienced people here. Katie, can you tell us a little bit about your story and how you got going online, what you're up to?
Morning, Wes. It's morning here in Australia and it's cold. So good morning, everybody, and thank you all for coming, and thank you, Wes, for organising this. Yes, I'm a girl from the outback of Australia, and I now live on right beside the beach on the Sunshine Coast. So my lifestyle has changed dramatically. In early 2012, we lost all our savings in a currency trading disaster that was totally my fault. At the time, we were semi-retired. We were totally living the perfect life. We were booked for 2 overseas trips that year. So that really stung a bit because my husband went back to work and we'd really never been apart, living or working apart before. So it's been a terrific challenge. And because I wanted to work from home and we want to travel and spend a lot more time together, after quite a lot of research, the internet was obviously the way of the future as far as, creating a business for ourselves. I stumbled around for a while looking for different things. I joined my online business empire as a platinum member in August, and I went through the training and everything, but I really struggled with processes until I found 513. And, there sort of was all the resources and the support and the actual steps I needed to take to be successful. So that's sort of where I've come from as far as where I'm going to. My first goal is to replace my husband's income, and he works in mining, so that's quite a big ask, but I am expecting to have that done by the end of this year. So I've got a lot of hard work to do, basically.
That's awesome that you're able to, live on the beach now and work from home and attend some of these events and always be bettering yourself so that you can help other people. And I agree with Katie, 100% that finding a community, where you can learn this stuff step by step, even the little stuff that you're missing, to make this stuff easy and effective, is the way to go. And we've worked a lot to find this special place, and we're glad we found this program that's put together. And Katie also is a big Twitterer. Now that's something I don't know that much about, and let's get to that on the second round. We probably get some nuggets from Katie about the Twittering. So thank you, Katie, and I'd like to introduce here Myrna Dyer, who is also from Australia. And right now it's Wednesday morning down there. They're probably having coffee. Are you having coffee or are you having cocktails today? I guess, Myrna, have you there? Have you got your microphone on over there? We'll give her a minute here.
There we go. Try that. Now I'm here. Sorry about that. Can you hear me now, Wes?
Yeah, coming in clear.
Oh, cool. No, I'm having coffee, Wes. It's a little bit early for me for cocktails. So I'll just tell you a little bit about me, if you like, and how I came to be online. I started about 5 years ago, and I was just transitioning from my job and looking for some extra income, and found that I've been on a few things, struggled with a few different programs, and when I saw the Results 513 advertisement, and I just took the plunge and jumped in and went to Phoenix and went to the event that they had there for the Home Business Academy, met Edward and some really wonderful people there, and it just kind of resonated with me. There's been a lot of events that I could have gone to, but I just never felt strongly enough about going to them. This one just spoke to me, so I, came along there, and I've struggled with being online and knowing what to do. I've always there's plenty of things that show you how, and then you can sort of get a bit confused about what you want to do and why you're doing it, those kinds of things. So that's what I've found in this community is a lot of encouragement and support, and just finding out, getting a clearer direction has been good for me. So that's going to take me from just to be traveling the world and doing the things I want to do. That's what I'm looking forward to doing, and helping other people to do this too as well. That's my story there.
And that's a great story. And yeah, and being involved in this training, we get to actually work beside, full-time marketers, people that are making a very good living, and they're actually involved in the trainings. They may be at a higher level than us, and they're also available for coaching. And what's great about it is the 3 levels of training, and being able to have this Facebook community that we have, really super engaging. People are helping check each other's work, offering suggestions, solutions. I mean, this whole course keeps you from going to Google and asking, how do I, or where do I, this and that. So it's great, and the fact that you're being helpful to people online. And I saw that you're out there video blogging, and I was gotten captured by that the other day, and I think I spent about an hour kind of getting to know you on there, and it really looks good, and thanks for contributing that.
Oh, thank you. Yes, video was a little bit challenging when I got started, but I'm getting a little bit more comfortable now and doing it whenever I think of something pops into my head. It's an interest, and storytelling is something that I'm interested in as well, so it's a good way of getting your point across quickly.
Righto. All right, well, let's move over to Arizona now. Flagstaff, Arizona, California. We got Mr. Eddie Aguilar here.
How we doing, Wes?
Great, buddy. And Eddie's one of my coaches and mentor. I just want to introduce him a little bit. He's an author, a writer, a coach, and an inspirational speaker, and it's actually helped me out a lot. And I really appreciate you coming on my first webinar here and having my back help me out with this. And so I really want to kind of hear a little bit about your story, how you got to the internet, and what you're doing and where you're heading, and what you've gotten from our program that we're all in.
Definitely. I'll try and make it quick because I end up telling too many stories, but I'm a single dad, father of two. The book I'm working on is on the effects of suicide, and I know it's a touchy subject, but I was wanting to find a way to get out and reach people, and I started watching videos on YouTube, and it all hit all at once. And as I was giving my first speech at an event, I went down to go listen to another speaker, and it just happened to be a network marketing company. And which is even more crazy is on the drive down there, I was listening to Tony Robbins, who was talking about health and alkalizing and this and that. I was like, I'm a depression. And from there, this company had these products, to help with that. And then all of a sudden, it just snowballed from there. I met somebody that's real well known for doing video. Started doing video after watching her. Just started networking, meeting people from all across the world, and just started exploding from there. So big part of putting myself out there is through using video. Now the tough part was how to get it out there and be, how to do it in a more efficient manner, how to get myself away from working and having a job. And after going to meet Myrna at the HBA event, everything just took a major turn. So I've learned so much, and that's where I've met Katie. We haven't talked a whole lot, but I know more about Myrna, and obviously you and I connected right there in the middle, Wes. So great to be here. I appreciate you having me here.
Yes, awesome. Yeah, we're all really getting together. I just want to show you a little picture here of Eddie with his boy here. Now look at these two guys, man. I think I'd be scared, wouldn't you?
Wes, I want to interrupt you real quick. We're not able to see. I don't know if the guests are able to see the pictures, but I know Katie and I aren't seeing the slideshow. We're still on the first slide.
Oh, how's that doing? Well, how things go your first time out here.
Yeah, and that's the big thing right here, just to throw in and touch up, and that's what Results 513 will teach you is just get it done, and things aren't always going to be perfect. And Wes, keep on doing your thing.
All right, then we'll just keep moving along here. So what I'd like to show you, I got to get my screen share to work real quick. Can you see my screen? That's like a desktop. Hello, hello, hello.
Yeah, we can see it. You're just not scrolling.
Okay, can you see my desktop?
No, I can only see the first slide, the welcome slide in the webinar.
Really?
Yes.
All right, for those of you that are on here, if you can, just raise your hand if you're seeing his slides, if he's going through the motion, or in the chat box to the right, type in whether or not you can see as he moves through the slides.
I got one, yes.
They are seeing the slides? All right. Well, then maybe it's on our end here, Wes. So I'd roll through as is, and
I'm going to keep rolling it.
Keep on rolling. Roll through the slides.
I was going to take a little sneak peek into the back office of Results 513 and show you kind of how the modules are laid out. If I'm unable to share my screen with that, then I can probably just pop in here and tell you a little bit about what we got back here. Yeah, Brenda Gagne and Justin Glover are internet marketer leaders, multi-figure earners, and they put together their dream, which was to teach people from the ground up how to start marketing online. Because, everything is going to the internet nowadays. And even if you have a brick and mortar business or you want to market your product or service, instead of having like a website where you tell people where to go, you need to use the internet to leverage the internet so that you can drive traffic to your website or your call to action or your email list or your monthly newsletter, whatever it might be. So I'm taking a look into this back office here. Sorry, the screen show didn't work. Maybe my internet connection or something like that.
Might just be on our end, Wes.
Anyways, there's 3 levels of training. I have already gone through the first emerging level and continued on with the experience level, and they are all set up in little blocks with action steps, questions. This is a webinar here, the 6 step to 6 figures. Here's a PDF you print out. And there's a lot of stuff you work on with your mindset. Believe it or not, when I first started getting this thing, I go, okay, I'm going to learn all this technical stuff. I'm going for it. And I go, what is this? Mindset stuff. I don't need this. My mind is set. Believe it or not, this stuff is putting you right in the place you need to be to get started with this. There's so much that goes into, being able to set up your time block, manage your time, being able to, focus, take the time out away from life to, better yourself on this stuff. So there's just great nuggets on this, creating habits, stop looking online. I got the kick the shiny object syndrome because we get stuck on Facebook or our inbox at email so many times. There's negative influence from others. What we're doing as entrepreneurs and bettering ourselves online, some people might think we're crazy, and we probably are a little bit. It kind of helps to be that way. But one thing, we're not as closed-minded, and we're open to all these trainings and to better ourselves. And then, we learn the technical skills next. We're getting a business plan in action. We're setting up our goals. We're setting up habits and time blocking. So, and then the next phase will be the actual creation of your sales funnel, website, whatever it may be. And they go into depth in many different areas of like learning how to get over fear of making videos, or how to make a video and post one, how to get it ranked on Google, how to get it, to your capture page where people will see your offer and this and that. So can anybody see the screen again? We are going to carry on. Maybe my recording will say this. Anyways, so, also involved with this monthly training, which I think it'd probably take about 3 months to complete each level. I just stay as an annual basis because they keep bringing more value. And, every week they're adding something new. And this is going to take you from square one to creating your own business and, eventually having your own affiliate program if you want to. It's not so much promoting someone else's thing. It's you doing your own marketing. I mean, we could pay people $25,000 or something to build us a website and get all set up. And then they'll charge us $5,000 a month for hosting and consulting and this and that. Why spend that? Because you can't see the results. You don't know what they're really doing. So even if you don't plan on doing your own marketing, it's good to learn how this stuff works. So you'll be wise to it if you choose to hire someone to do your marketing. I'm going to get off the blabbing here, and I need to go back to Eddie Aguilar because he's got to run and coach his kids baseball tonight. So we'll get back to Eddie. And I just wanted to ask you, where were you with your marketing before you found something that was easy to learn and apply and start getting results from?
You know, Wes, you got me? Just want to make sure you can hear me. Okay. Where I was at before, like I said, I was doing videos. I was with another company, and actually that's where you and I met, which I'm no longer a part of, but I learned a lot from the people with this other company, and I learned to put out value, wasn't afraid to do videos. I just didn't know how to like see the value in myself. And one thing after the Home Business Academy, which is no longer going to be, it's part of 513 now, and then the Ignition Mastermind, which is also part of Results 513, I learned that things don't have to be hard for me to reach success. And that's one thing that a lot of us get caught up in. Well, I got to do this and this and this before this I can get to here. You know, the sun's got to align with the moon at a certain time of day, a certain week, on a certain month, and we come up with a lot of excuses, or at least I know I have, to why I wasn't putting myself out there more and trying to run what I was doing as a business rather than a hobby. And that's where Results 513 came in. And one of the biggest aha moments I had was at that event down in Phoenix. Was Brenda Gagne posted something, and she was talking about, and this hit me hard, as funny as it sounds, was a lot of who you are today has to do with who you were and what you learned from like the 8th grade till you graduated from high school. And as I looked back on some of my struggles, I realized I wasn't taught a lot of this stuff. I didn't seek information to how to improve in certain areas of my life, not just business, but in life in general, which obviously will reflect your business. So Results 513, like you even talked about, a lot of the personal development, that's one thing that I loved about what Brenda and Justin had to offer and what they have implemented in their program, is that sometimes you got to focus on you first, and focus on you, acknowledge, do you have the right mindset to run your business? You know, if you're going to start a construction company, do you have the right mindset to deal with the struggles that you're going to come across? If you're going to open up a restaurant, do you have the right mindset to deal with upset customers, you know, locals that are going to judge you? Or if you're going to go online or network marketing or direct sales, no matter what it is, are you going to be able to handle the criticism from your friends and family that you're reaching for the moon, you just need to go get the 9-to-5 job with benefits, pay your bills, and take 2 vacations a year, you know, if you're lucky? So yeah, I've learned a lot in being around people like you three. Brenda and Justin are awesome, great leaders, great role models, great mentors, and they are there for you. I mean, they are there for you. This is their baby. They're not going to leave you high and dry. And what's awesome is the leaders that are stepping up out here. And like, I know a lot about Katie just because of how much she interacts within the community, you know, how much she shares. And that's the beauty of the group as well, is that a lot of people share their struggles. I'm struggling here. You know, I haven't done anything in a week and a half. I hit a funk. And then all of a sudden you got 5 other people commenting, so did I, so did I, so did I. And then it kind of takes the weight off your shoulders, going, okay, this is part of the process. And I heard a video earlier today, or just a bit ago, I actually posted it on my profile, where this young lady was talking about how people in general say, well, you need to quit doing this. You need to learn to forgive, or you need to, you know, have more faith in yourself, or you need to do this, you need to do that, but nobody tells you how. And if you were to ask somebody how, they wouldn't have the answers. And this is where a community like this answers a lot of those little itty-bitty questions that a lot of us have as entrepreneurs who are working to change the lives of our families and ourselves. So That's about it. I can go on and on, Wes, but
Oh
my son would
man,
be a little upset if he misses
yeah. You know,
practice.
I just feel like I'm listening to an Eddie webinar. I forgot I was even on my webinar. That's good stuff there, buddy. And you know, I really appreciate the fact that we know we can't do this on our own, and we need some help once in a while because try doing it on your own. And when you get in that funk and don't talk to anybody about it, see where you're going to go. Not very far. So it is awesome to have this group. And plus all the technical skills you learn, the way they block it together and all that stuff. Eddie, I know you got to go to your All-Star Sons practice. And I really want to thank you for being here. How could people get a hold of you, Eddie?
The best way to get a hold of me is Vision. That's VISION at EddieAguilar.com. So feel free to shoot me a message, and I highly recommend those of you that are on here, those of you that are going to listen to the replay, reach out to the other three as well. Reach out to Wes, Myrna, and Katie. I mean, they're amazing people, and it goes with the saying is you don't want to be the smartest one in the room, and all of us, all four of us, help each other bring the best out of each other, along with the community that Brenda and Justin have created. So outside of that, I know the rest of the webinar will go good, but thanks for having me on, Wes. It means a lot.
All right, brother. Thanks for having my back and being there for me. So we'll see you next time. Thanks a lot.
Definitely.
So I'd like to hear from Myrna now about what kind of results she's getting, what she's learning in here that maybe she didn't have before, and how she's applying it. Myrna, what do you think?
So much. I'm learning to take action, I guess. Wes is the big thing for me. One of my struggles before Results 513 was that I was a sideliner. I'd sit and I'd watch all the time, and then I'd wonder why I wasn't getting any results or nothing was happening for me. And actually following the process in Results 513 has helped me find focus and to get clear. And I can relate so much with what Eddie was saying about offering value and the secret beliefs around that I held around being an expert and having to know everything before I actually did anything. That's been a big aha for me. I'm an expert in my own life and in my own experiences, and I've got a lot of value to share with people, but I just didn't believe in that enough, and that's something that's come to me through, and as you said, with mindset and working on Results 513 on that mindset and all of those things. One thing that I struggled with right in the very beginning was transitioning from being an employee to an entrepreneur. It's a completely different mindset. Well, it was for me anyway, and that was kind of held me back a lot. I was waiting for someone to say, yes, do this, or yes, that's great, go ahead. And when I finally got my head around that this is a business and that you can change your life with it, that was when everything really shifted for me. Getting to the events as I said, I hadn't been to any events beforehand that I could have gone to. It's a little bit challenging sometimes to get there from here, but to actually be there and participate and mingle with people and find like minds and have that support, and just it keeps you going when you feel like it's all too hard and you're going to give up. Connecting with Katie and yourself and Eddie has been good there too, because there's someone you can reach out to when you're having a bad day, and they're going to get it. They're going to, if you reach out to, if you're not got a lot of support around you at home, and you say to someone, oh, it's just not happening, they say, oh, we'll give up, do something different. But we can go to you guys and all say that things aren't working out, and you just say, well, try something new or hang in there. It's really good to have that support. So many takeaways, so much, just being part of the community and just having access to all of that information. And you can go back to it. And when you watch it over and over again, you get so many more takeaways from it. You don't just ever learn it and then that's it. There's always something more to learn every time. So I could go on too, like Eddie, about everything too. But I find that digging into your secret beliefs, what I call secret beliefs, those things that hold you back, that's a challenge for me to work out what's stopping me from moving forward. And there's always a lot of interaction there around that to sort of help you get clear. And when someone else interacts in the group and post what's stopping them, it's kind of like some light bulbs go off in your own mind about, so that's why I'm not doing this. You can relate to things like that.
Yeah.
It's a great place to be, that's all I can say.
Wow, thanks for sharing that. I get that for sure. Now, Myrna, now you've been blogging, you've been doing some video blogging. Do you have any tips for people just starting out doing that?
Just, I know when I first started, I spent so much time worrying about what I looked like, and my hair and my makeup and the background and the settings and all of those things. I think for me, it's just do it, practice it, get clear on the message you want to get across. Sometimes I tended to waffle. I guess I do that all the time anyway, but trying to be clear about what you want to say and making, being succinct is good, but just share what you know. Don't be frightened of putting it out there. You just don't know who's listening and who's following and who can relate to what you have to say. And your videos get better as you do them. Over time, they become better. I've got some pretty horrible videos out there, but there's a lot of good training as well. I've got access to a lot of great mentors in the video area and the blogging area as well. So it's really, once you connect with the right people, it's easy to just sort of get going and keep practicing at it. That's all you have to do.
Right, and Myrna's giving out value too. She's doing how-to videos and they're free videos. I would definitely hook up with her on the YouTube channel. What is your YouTube channel, Myrna?
It's just Myrna Dyer. If you find it, that's all it is. Doing Life Differently, mate. I can't remember if that's Doing Life Differently. You'll find it because that's what I'm all about. Is helping people shift their lives around and transitioning into something different for them, whatever they'd like that to be. So you can connect with me at Myrna at Doing Life Differently, or Skype me at Myrna Maluma, M-E-R-L-U-M-A, if you've got any questions, and I can certainly hook you up with whatever you need to know.
That's awesome, Myrna. I'm looking forward to getting to knowing you more and learning from you and sharing with you in this group as we're all, going to internet college here, and pretty amazing.
You're doing well. You're doing a great job. Thank you so much for putting all this together.
Thank you for being on today, and we'll see you soon.
Yeah, chat soon.
All right. Katie Johnston from Down Under. Are you still down under?
I certainly am.
That is awesome. So I would love to hear, what you're up to here. I mean, what you're getting out of this. What are some of the things that before you started doing the Results 513 training that you were missing and started to really click for you, and you're able to apply them and move forward with your business?
Whereas when I've been in Results 513 for 2 months and 1 week exactly. And before I came in here, I was taking action in the business I was in, but I wasn't getting anywhere, and I think I was just taking the wrong action. So I'd do something and it didn't work, which was terribly discouraging. So, you sort of drop back for a little while and then you try something else and you're not really sure, if you're just guessing at if you're doing the right thing or not, and that wouldn't work. And honestly, by the time I really came around finding this in a roundabout bit of a way, but it has shown me the right way to do things in a step-by-step progressive sort of a formula, which has just been fantastic. It gives you some clarity on where you're going, and I was so overthinking it, and it's really a very simple process as long as you know what to do and you've got a system and you follow the system. It's fantastic. Some of the biggest things I've learned is to learn something, then to implement it, and then to teach it to somebody else, because that, it cements it into your brain a bit, but it also helps you, gets you more confidence and everything, and you're helping other people just by setting up a simple how-to thing after you've learned something. And it doesn't have to be perfect, because I'm a terrible recovering perfectionist, and I try and get something completely perfect and never actually get it out there. So I've learnt that you just got to get going, and you get better along the way. But the most important thing is to put it out there. Um, Eddie and Myrna have talked about the value of the group. I haven't actually met face to face a single person in the whole group, but it's kind of become like a family to me. I am mostly on my own here at home because my husband works away, and the internet marketing world can be a bit lonely and isolating. But the people in that group, the support and everything that you get from them is just fabulous. And I think those clarity calls that we have every week are one of the best things I've ever come across, because you can ask any question you like, and you know that either Brenda or Justin will be there, and they will answer it personally specific to you, but also everyone else on the call gets to hear the question and hear the answer, so they're learning from it as well. And I've just found that to be one of the very best resources in the whole thing, to be quite honest. The clarity calls and the sort of accountability support group, just phenomenal value in those.
Oh, I agree with you
Yeah,
so much.
I could rave on and on about it.
Well, feel free to if you'd like. I was just going to say I was going to just join you with those clarity calls, and in themselves are amazing. They're like, I would say, valued at a couple $100 each hour of the questions and the in-depth answers they give back to you. And just the lucky thing, since this is a new company, we have the actual owners here, Brenda and Justin, the creators of this, actually doing one-on-one stuff with us, able to look at our funnels, help us tweak, answer our questions. I mean, they're going above and beyond right now. And that's why it's such a good time to probably get into this, is because we've got the owners leading the whole thing. I mean, I'm sure pretty soon that the clarity calls will be held by, coaches or some of the advanced marketers. So it's really super special. I mean, these guys are probably, anywhere from $1,000 to $5,000 an hour for personal consulting. So just found a great place to be. I think that's what we all have in common. Eddie, Myrna, Katie, all of us have really kind of found a home after already investing in big mastermind groups and getting all of our mindset stuff right, and the ideas of how the stuff works, but actually getting to do it and create the stuff and put it out there is, we're all saying it's great community, and we have great leadership and all this stuff, but the technical stuff in here is so well laid out. And because I didn't even know how to use a computer a couple of years ago, and now I can build a complete funnel, which would be like a capture page and sales page and this and that, set up my autoresponder and all this in probably about 15 minutes. And that's something, that I didn't even know how to do. And after about, 2-3 weeks in this training, I could do it. It took me a little longer, but it's like practice makes perfect. And we're never going to get perfect anyways, but just amazing. That's why I want to make this webinar, just to share it with you guys. And if it might be something you're interested in, to get your offline business going online, or to take your online business to another level. And I really want to thank, everyone for coming out here, Edward, taking your time out to help coaching me and getting a webinar started. And of course, the lovely ladies from Australia, Myrna and Katie, really appreciate you coming out here. So what you can do, if you want to just get with a person that sent you to this video or webinar, just get a hold of them. They'll be able to send you off to take a little marketing quiz to see where you are in your business. Kind of shows your strengths and weaknesses. And it'll also have a little video about Results 513, and you can look into it, see if it's a fit for you. So I think the best thing to do for everybody would be to take some action, get with the person who brought you here, or click the link below to get to the quiz. And also, as a bonus, I didn't tell anybody about this, but there's a bonus. We are offering a half-hour Skype or phone coaching for anyone who wants to get into the Results 513. We're all going to offer a half hour. Did I tell you guys about that?
That's a great idea, Wes.
Okay, then you're in.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm up for that. That's a terrific idea.
All right. So I want to just kind of close it out. I guess I didn't get my screen share working, but hopefully people got some value in seeing about what we're up to and what we're into here. And they might want to take a look at this seriously, because why spin your wheels, looking at free videos and webinars here and there and not get the proper structure you need to get your online business going. So
Exactly.
I think we'll just say goodbye. Can we get a little goodbye from there down in Australia?
Bye.
Yeah.
Goodbye. Thanks so much.
Goodbye, everybody. And yeah, thank you for coming on here. And just make sure you get in touch with one of us on the webinar to find out more about Results 513, because it'll be one of the best things that you ever do.
True.
Seriously. Yeah. Okay, then we're gone. Thank you all who came onto the webinar, and thank you for dealing with my technical difficulties. And we'll see you on the next one. It'll be a little bit sharper. Goodbye, Katie. Goodbye, Myrna.
Bye, Wes.
Bye, Wes. Bye, everybody.
Take care now.